everyone, welcome to another motovlog on my channel. My name is Marshall3498. In today's motovlog, what I'd like to talk about is motorcycle related, and that is I'd like to talk about everybody about the 2022 Kawasaki Klr. Now, those of you know on my channel who are a fan of my channel and have watched it for a while, I really just recently, about a little over a month ago, rode a Royal Enfield Himalayan. Fantastic bike for the money. Yes, it doesn't have this, it doesn't have that, it doesn't have that much power, say for anything above 65. 60 to 65 is where it's the most comfortable. If you get much more above that, it's not very happy, and it will do faster than that, maybe 73, 74, but it's not real happy if anything above, say, 65-ish. So it got me, as always, as you know, being a fan of YouTube, obviously, because I'm on YouTube, it got me thinking and watching stuff out there. And I started watching stuff about the new 2022 KLR 650. And, you know, I know these bikes are legendary and a lot of people love them. The older generation and the improvements they made to the newer generation are not that huge. You know, they made the bike a little less vibey. They put rubber mounted handlebars, rubber mounted seats, rubber mounted foot pegs that everybody's not really that fan of that's ridden it, especially while standing up. They made the bike fuel injected. They made a longer swing arm. They put LED headlights on it. They revised the dash to digital, even though they didn't put a tack on it, but that's not that huge of a deal. You know, they made some good upgrade changes to it. You know, you can get it with or without ABS, even though the one with ABS is not disableable, but it is supposedly enduro tuned by Bosch, whatever that means. Supposedly it will let you lock up the wheel 1 to 2 seconds, and after that it stops. So maybe that way it'll let you lock up the rear going downhill and then kick ABS in and out. I don't know, whatever. But it got me to thinking, you know, even though the Himalayan is a good bike and all that stuff, the KLR for the money compared to the Tenere 700, you know, at the base price without ABS, I think they're $66.99. So you're at a little over $3,000 cheaper before taxes or any of that stuff than the Tenere 700. Tenere 700, great bike, fantastic bike. It's probably a little more dirt focused, maybe a little bit, than the KLR, but both of them are good bikes. Both of them have their plus and minuses, and it got me thinking, like I said. So I started watching a bunch of YouTube stuff, and I said I wanted a dealer and I could touch on it with the balls of my feet. And I'm 5'10" with a 32-inch inseam, and you know, the bike, yeah, the new one has gained some weight, depending on which model you are looking at, but basically it's still like 470, I think, for like the middle one, not the Adventure with the bags and stuff. So it's still under 500 pounds. And a lot of people will say, who've ridden it, the reviews that I watch, they say that it still carries its weight low. The motor's retractable. So this bike is a little bit more than the Himalayan that I really liked, but it makes almost double the horsepower, which is better for on-road stuff above 60. But yet it's still good enough off-road. Has about the same amount of suspension travel, about the same amount of ground clearance as the Himalayan. So I just got me to thinking, like, well, maybe that's a better choice than the Himalayan. I haven't ridden one yet. If the weather holds out, like the second weekend of October coming up, I'm gonna go to a big ride event thing. It's like a motorcycle like a motorcycle expo basically, but I think it's just outside. And I'm gonna go to that, and hopefully it doesn't rain that day, because you know, a lot of the demo ones, at least the Japanese manufacturer stuff, they're not very keen about people riding the bikes in the rain, which I can understand for their insurance purposes, whatever. So I'm gonna try to go to that event and ride one and see what I think before I rule it in or rule it out of, you know, above getting the Himalayan. I may ride it and love it, or I may ride it and hate it. I don't know, but I thought I would at least go ride it and try it out and see what I think, see what it's like, see if it's something, like I said, a little bit better than the Himalayan for just a little bit more money. If the Himalayan had only 10 more horsepower, I'd probably buy it and not even think about the Kawasaki. But you know, where I live, to get to the off-road stuff, you've got to ride, you know, 30 minutes on a 4-lane road that, yeah, the speed limit's only 50 or 55 or sometimes 45, but nobody goes the speed limit, so you at least would have to ride at least 60 to keep from getting run over, even though it is just a 4-lane road. But it would be nice to climb all the hills and stuff we have around here on 2-lane stuff. It would be a welcome addition to have a little bit more power than what the Himalayan makes. Not that I'm saying the Himalayan is super slow, because it's not, but it is on the slower side. But it got me to thinking about, you know, maybe that bike would be a better choice. It may or may not be, I don't know, but hopefully I'll get to ride one soon, and that'll narrow my search down to one of the 2 bikes and go from there. But what does everybody think about the new KLR? What do they like? What do they dislike? Are they a fan of it? I know there are tons of diehard KLR fans out there, and that's for good reason. The bike's been made for a long time, and it's well known for what it can do and all that stuff. So on that, guys, thanks for tuning in to today's motovlog. If you've not already done so, please subscribe and turn the bell on, and like, share, and leave a comment. On that, guys, thanks for watching. Ride safe. We'll see you on the next one. See ya.